Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A time to reflect and remember your roots. We celebrate a special holiday. Also tonight, the governor vetoes a provision that is already a law. And educators are treated for all their hard work. In sports, students get their champion trophies this weekend. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
I got my COVID-19 vaccine. How about you?
Akong lango orso la COVID-19 gam lango orso.
Esta usually is COVID-19 vaccine za aku.
I did it for my kids.
I did it for my friends.
I did it for my family.
I did it for you.
I did it.
Just do it.
Do it for us.
Let's do it together.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is October 11th, 2021. Commonwealth Cultural Day is a time to celebrate the heritage and great diversity in the Marianas. All cultures should be recognized and appreciated. KSPN speaks with some folks and they tell us what culture means to them.
I think it's important to remember where our roots are from, our forefathers, and the culture that we're embedded in. We are a very small island community. It is really nice that a lot of us still practice the language, teaching our language, our food. Very important, as you can see, food is very important. The local traditional food, and then really just practicing like the amen and the respect, I think is really core. So culture, every different nation has their own culture. I think ours is really embedded in family. When someone passes away, we have the 9-day rosary and the funeral and all that. It's just so much about love and respect.
You have to respect each other, keep your culture and your custom alive.
How can we do that?
We have to teach our kids at home and then practice at school. Always teach the kids at home first.
To celebrate culture, we could just enjoy time with our family or go out and spend time with other people, make new friends, and enjoy life.
What do you love most about your culture?
Respect, how we always have to fangingi our elders. For me, that's the best tradition we practice.
I've been all over the world, and I've not seen so much love that our people really give to each other. We may not know it, we may not see it, but we feel it. Instead of hurting ourselves, we actually protect ourselves. So yeah, I mean, our our trade is just wonderful. I mean, that's why I returned, because I have so missed my people. I mean, after 28 years of being absent, I always felt that there was still something missing in my heart. Now there's that hole in my heart that just hasn't been filled. But since I've returned, I've been doing this to try and get our people back on their feet.
First of all, we need to know who we are. What makes us Archimoro? What makes us Carolinians? We need to think about how unique we are from other people, and let's embrace that. I think one that gives it just to anybody is really our language. You know, when we go out to the mainland and in other places and we speak our own language, some people are like, where do you come from? You know, and that's what makes who we are, that uniqueness of our language. So, you know, I always embrace that and really just teaching our language. And we try so hard, Gov and I, to really teach our kids our language, because that's really who makes us, the Chamorro and the Tufaloash people.
This is a blended culture here. I mean, when you look at people who have been coming here for the past 400 years, Carolinians came in. And after the Carolinians, the Spanish came in. The Spanish came in. The Germans came in. So this has been succotash. This has been stew. This is a little bit of that and a little bit of this. Okay, but yeah, of all the places that I've been to, this is the calmest.
The Commonwealth Legislature proposed to remove funding for utility reimbursements for elected officials, but Governor Torres says it's part of the law. Upon signing the fiscal year budget into law, Governor Ralph Torres vetoed at least 20 sections and provisions. One provision vetoed was Section 601, which proposed to remove the funds set aside for utility payments of elected officials incurred at their private residence. Governor Torres states through the suggestions from the Attorney General, advisors, and the Lieutenant Governor, provisions like this should be separate legislations since it is already language in the law.
Budget is budgetary, so if there's any issues into that, then go ahead and do that on a separate bill, and then we'll go from there.
For years, the Sinamay government has been reimbursing utility costs for each governor and lieutenant governor. Currently, there is legislation in the House that proposes to repeal Public Law 2-4, the statute that provides housing benefits to the governor, lieutenant governor, House Speaker, and Senate President. Democrat lawmaker Richard Lizama is the author of the bill. The House Committee on Judiciary and Governmental Operations has also learned from their investigation into the governor's expenditures that Torres has accumulated a utility bill worth thousands of dollars in monthly water usage. For Lieutenant Governor Palacios, his CUC billings average at $800 to $900 a month. Both elected officials are staying at their private residences since there is currently no available housing. Governor Torres states plans in pursuing housing is not conducive at this time, but there should be conversations in attaining such, not only for elected officials, but for diplomats as well.
You need to have something that shows stability for the CNMI. Like again, positions stay, and the people that feels it, obviously it's a temporary position. So it's important that no matter who the governor is, no matter who the lieutenant governor is, it's important that there's a dwelling that is safe, that also can hold dignitaries when they come to visit the islands.
Educators in the Sinamay and Guam can now get a free meal from McDonald's. Take a listen. It's their way of saying thank you to all the teachers in the Sinamay and Guam. McDonald's has launched a thank you meal initiative where educators have the options of choosing a breakfast meal for free.
McDonald's is really excited to be launching a thank you meal for educators, and basically it's our small way of saying, thank you to all the educators out there. The past 2 years have been particularly difficult for teachers, going from hybrid to virtual to going back to in-person. So we recognize that, educators really play an important role in, our children's development, especially during this pandemic time.
To avail, educators may simply come in with an ID or their school uniforms and choose from one of the following.
There's 3 different thank you meals. The first one is Egg McMuffin thank you meal. So it's an Egg McMuffin, hash brown, and a medium coffee. There's also a sausage biscuit thank you meal. Same thing, sausage biscuit, hash brown, and a medium coffee, a hot coffee. And then the last one is a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, a hash brown, and a medium hot coffee.
The heads of the CNMI public school system and the Northern Marianas College were present this morning as McDonald's officials presented the initiative. NMC Dr. Galvin Delon Guerrero states McDonald's employees have also been at the front line during the pandemic.
Just as the food service industry has tried to, serve our community while keeping us safe, that's exactly what we educators have been doing. So we really appreciate, what McDonald's is doing to help us educators and recognize the educators, especially right now as educators across the globe are transitioning back to face-to-face classes. Sometimes just having that cup of coffee on the way to school in the morning is just the thing you need to get your day started.
This initiative will be exclusive for this week only, beginning today and ending on Friday the 15th. Footballers aren't normally allowed to use their hands, and by football, yes, we mean soccer. But today, it was all hands on deck, as the Pyrie Football Club helped out in Coblerville. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Coblerville bus stop was in the process of getting a new coat of paint today and some other upgrades. For Yogi Singh, he was seeing red.
We were trying to paint this place up red. Rafters will be black and the edges will be white to match our team color.
Well, we play soccer right around the corner, and after the games, we hang out outside, and we're thinking about, what we could do to kind of help develop the area. They put so much money into making this a great park for everyone to play in, so we thought we could do our part by taking over one of the bus stops and taking care of that, and then maybe it'll inspire the other clubs to start doing that too.
Trey Dunn brought the kids out for the community service project and, more importantly, their fingers.
This is just kind of next door to where we play soccer, and so we hang out right here next to the bus stop sometimes. And I
play over there.
And you play over there, soccer?
And sometimes I see the tadpoles.
Yeah, there are tadpoles over there in the little retaining pond thing. But yeah, we just we're here every Sunday, and figured it'd be nice to go ahead and paint this bus stop up. Put the Pyrie logo on it so everybody can see this is kind of the spot we hang out sometimes.
All right. How did you like helping paint today?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
I didn't really paint all of it. I just painted the inside.
Coming up is a special type of cooking. Stay tuned.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle. One of the best things you can do during the pandemic is to get yourself healthy and strong. Gold's Gym is a great place for a tune-up. Wide open workout spaces with dedicated cardio, free weights and machines, personal training, group exercise, and good nutrition. Short-term daytime promo on sale now, just $159 for 3 months. Call 233-4000.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. As we celebrate culture today, we take a closer look at a traditional cooking style of Micronesia called The Sinamay celebrated its first Tipiao Inafamaulik event this year. The event showcased practices, beliefs, and food of the indigenous people in the Marianas. Jeb Nogues talks to us about a traditional cooking style called where the cooking takes place underground.
And we use we call it rocks, but it's basically riverbed rocks. So you find it in the riverbeds, and it's smooth and it's heavy. So what we do is we burn the wood, and then we put all the rocks where the fire is coming out, so you can burn the rocks. And when the rocks are really hot, it turns ember red. And when everything falls, we just spread out the rocks, level it, put the pig on the screen, put the screen down, cover it with banana leaves, and then cover it with the sand so the smoke doesn't escape, and it works like an oven.
Nogues states the size of the pig and the heat of the rocks will determine how long they leave it under. But for sure, the cooking can take hours. Preparation time is a little long as well.
If you have your rocks already, you don't have to go looking for rocks in the riverbeds. If you have your wood already, you don't have to go looking for wood. And getting rocks would be like 2 hours, 1-2 hours. Getting wood would be like 2-3 hours. And then just cutting it down, because it depends on the size of the wood too, and your equipment. So yeah, it just depends. So we usually prepare everything before the day, so that when we come, that's when we start working. And like if they want to eat at 6, then we'll start the fire like 11, 12, and then we'll put it down like 2, 3, because it takes time to burn the rocks. And then we'll pick it up like 2-3 hours later, depending on the size of the pig and the heat of the fire. Basically, that's all we do. And everybody's enjoying. So tender, juicy.
Is a cooking style used all over Micronesia. Some cultures may do it differently, but the end result is always good. Will there be a fierce bidding war for control of Maniagaha? Our Chris Nelson takes a look at the upcoming RFP process and previews the last stand in the sand. Let's take a look.
Bids are due later this month for the master concession agreement on Maniagaha Island. DPL is asking that sealed proposals be submitted along with a $2,500 application fee. And DPL says the minimum annual rent is to be $300,000 along with 3% of business gross receipts. The weekend saw some local holiday boaters at Maniagaha taking advantage of a rapidly improving weather report. Pre-pandemic, the crown jewel of Saipan had upwards of 1,000 tourists a day. Just a handful of local boats out there yesterday, the water crystal clear. One thing that the pandemic has been good for is the natural environment. Maniagaha was managed for the last 3 decades by Tossi Tours. The concession agreement was bid out prior to the pandemic. Triple J won the initial bid and then decided against executing on the agreement. UTOP, a Hong Kong Saipan-based company, was then handed the keys to the island in October of 2019, a bit prior to the pandemic, and even made an initial down payment, but they are apparently now out of the picture. Yesterday, there was a bit of an altercation out on Maniagaha. You could say there was a line drawn in the sand, I suppose. The action was fierce. No, this wasn't potential bidders throwing their hats into the ring, slugging it out with jabs and uppercuts, circling the competition and trying to show off clean and audited financial statements in an attempt to win the contract. This was a battle among friends, not a metaphor for the upcoming bid process. And though they are not bidders, they were trying to put their best foot forward. These boys mixing offense and defense, trying to keep the face safe while looking for space to let some combinations fly. It was speed and experience versus brawn and heart. How'd you feel going into this battle?
Oh, I felt, a little cautious. He's bigger than me, but I felt like I train at Trench Tech, so it's good practice.
What were you thinking about during the fight?
Staying covered up and just making sure I don't get hit hard.
For Merrick McDonald, it was the first time to put the gloves on.
Maybe try and punch a bit better, train a bit better, and just block.
What'd you think about your opponent?
Fast, skinny, and punches hard.
Well, you know how these things usually go. It starts off nice and friendly, and then someone punches a bit too hard, it gets personal, and all of a sudden it escalates. But the ring judge stopped this one just in time, and everyone went home happy. Bids for Managaha are due October the 25th. Perhaps boxing could be a new beach activity out on the rock. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Chris. Now, on your mark, get set, and go to KSPN2 Sports right after this break.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
Check out the Shake Cafe at Gold's Gym. Shakes are a great meal replacement, and you don't have to be a member to come and grab a quick and healthy lunch. Red Velvet is the Gold's Gym Smoothie of the Month, priced at $5.50. It includes your choice of low-fat or soy milk, protein, strawberries, and Oreos. Just 280 calories, 20 grams of protein, and 60 grams of carbs. Bring your own cup and save 50 cents. The Shake Cafe at Gold's Gym in Garapan.
I got my COVID vaccine. How about you?
আমার আছে কোভিড-19 টিকা আপনার আছে কি
ได้รับวัคซีนโควิด -19 แล้วนะคะแล้วคุณล่ะคะได้รับวัคซีนหรือยัง
Tapos na po ako magpa-COVID-19 vaccine. Kayo naman po. Tapos na rin ba? I did it.
I did it for you.
Do it.
Do it for us.
I did it for my friends. I did it for my family.
I did it for my daughter.
Let's do it together.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, happy Commonwealth Cultural Day, Biba CNMI. The public school system handed out their first championship trophies of the new school year. The golf course was flooded with runners.
Conspicuous by their absence, defending champion Agape Christian School, not there. PSS requires all competitors to be vaccinated. No vaccinate, no participate. Agape elected not to join, but 256 other students did run on championship day. The golf course may be closed to golfers, but Saipan Vegas opened it up for the runners. First, loosen up. Hey, listen up, loosen up. After 4 weeks of racing, everyone was jumping for joy, rising to the occasion. Runners ran on the green grass of Saipan's original golf course without running on the greens.
All right, man. Good job. You're almost there. Finish that.
Edward Dela Cruz Jr. from the Northern Marianas Athletics was pleased with this new generation that's turning out. Runner, and you see all these young runners out here. How does it make you feel here on the early Saturday morning?
It makes me feel really great and really happy that there's people out here that love the sport of athletics as much as all of us here. It makes me really happy knowing that the sports is in good hands with these young runners.
Runners' times were inputted for points that counted toward team championships for elementary, middle, and high schools, boys and girls. Dev Bacani from Marianas High School, placing first. Cody Shimizu edges Rex Pixley for second, powering the MHS boys to a divisional championship. Caitlin Chavez coasted to first place, leading SIS to the girls' high school title. You were racing against the boys, or like that boy wanted to be, or what was going on there at the end?
The boy wanted to be.
Why?
Huh?
Why would he want to do that?
I don't know. Maybe to like say that, oh, I beat her. Or, yeah, you know.
Okay. How you feeling now that it's all over?
I feel okay.
Did you do your best?
My best race though.
Not your best, but you still came in first. How fast can you get out here?
Here?
You got room to move, room to improve?
Yeah, I got last week 21.4.
Elementary students jump for joy before their start. Their starting flag, I believe, is from prehistoric times.
Next time, bring Robin.
Thumbs up to GTC Elementary, who ran like deer to take second place. The SIS Geckos, they won 5 of the 6 divisions.
Ready on 3. 1, 2, 3, go!
Cross-country season is coming to a close. Don't worry about it. We got track and field athletics season coming up in March. We're going to be doing a big time season this year as we prepare for the Pacific Mini Games, and Saipan's hosting of the 22 Pacific Mini Games right here in the Marianas. We got lots of sports action coming, guys. It's going to get busier and busier as we build towards June. Keep it rocking, CNMI.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Marianas Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Marianas Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to show you a Bulgarian split squat, a fantastic lower body exercise that should be a main staple in your training. Now the first thing we want to address is the rear foot placement. Now whether it's toes on or toes off, just find what's comfortable for you. The bigger issue we want to tackle is the height of the box or bench. You see, when you set up on a box or a bench that's too high, that inherently puts an aggressive stretch on the front of your hip. Oftentimes, that sensation will take away from the working leg, the leg that's on the floor. And when you start to add load in this faulty position, you're bound to run into some problems, particularly if you got some mobility restrictions. So Jamila's gonna set up, she's gonna descend with control, and from there just stand tall.
Here's the latest weather information that we have here at the KSPN2 Weather Department. The high today was 88, the low 80, 77% humidity tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers. Winds light 5 to 10. Now there are high surf and riptide advisories in effect. It's dangerous out there now. Surf 7 to 9 feet on the western reefs. Seas 5 to 8 feet. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 8 past 6. A low tide in the morning, high tide in the afternoon. Sunset 5:58. And the weekend is over. The week is officially beginning here on Monday. Thank you for watching. See you back here on Wednesday evening.